Swerve up on that scene, hop out engine looking clean.
Alright, what's up guys, Poison here, and I'm back from another episode of Quick Play. Jesus Christ, the wires in my way. Sorry, something in the back of my throat, just drank some water. And it's funny, I didn't have that itch in the back of my throat until after I drank water. What's this? I don't care about that. Let's see. Black hole's a nice little upgrade to have. You guys will see that in a little bit. Oh, ready? I don't want the 1911. Like the Desert Eagle. Like the power it has. And we already found the relic for this. Yep, 1 out of 1 relics. Doesn't matter. I already have all the relics anyways. So, last video, Jesus Christ, that face kind of just messed me up. So it's supposed to be a horror level, not really horror at all. Last video, I talked about what it was like with me finally feeling the effects of alcohol. I got tipsy, not drunk, but I drank pretty much I would call it, actually now I think about it, if I really had to guess, it probably a shot and a half, a double shot, I don't know. But basically, pretty much a half full wine glass full of whiskey, and I felt the effects because I couldn't walk right. Today, I'm just here to talk about more, growing up. Like, I don't know what the proper thing would be, but, just as you grow older, just noticing how you change mentally. So, I started stretching my ears, I started stretching my ears about, oh, they have, okay, I guess we're gonna switch to this, because they have, they all have SMGs. What does he have? I don't know what he has, whatever. We'll stick to this. So, yeah, I started stretching my ears back in 2014. So, I've had my ears stretched for 3 years. They're not really that big. But when I first started stretching my ears, I thought, oh my god, I would love to have, like, huge ears. Like, I would love to have ears, like, 3-inch, like, big earlobes, like, ridiculously big. I don't know why. But, like, when I first started stretching my ears, I liked the look of huge stretched ears, like, ridiculously stretched. And now, just growing up has made me think, like, you know, I recently saw someone who had huge stretched ears. I'm not sure what the size was, but just recently I saw someone with, like, huge stretched ears, and I just thought, like, why? Like, it still looked nice, but it made me just not want them as much as I used to anymore. And it's not that I regret stretching my ears, because I really don't. I do love my stretched ears, and a lot of people at work have asked me, like, oh, David, are you ever going to, you know, let your ears close? Are you ever going to, you know, stop stretching? It's like, no, I still do love my stretched ears, and I do want to grow them bigger. I want to have at least 1-inch ears, you know, or 1-inch earlobes, and after that, I might stop. And a lot of people have said before, you know, it's like, oh, I planned on stopping, but I kept stretching. But I've seen 1-inch earlobes recently and thought, you know, that's still not bad. That's still a good size. It's not ridiculous. It's not dumb. Like, 1-inch earlobes do look nice, but just seeing, like, people with, like, big, like, 3-inch, 4-inch earlobes makes me think, like, you know, they still, like, mesmerize me, but it's just, like, I don't want to do this. Like, I wouldn't want earlobes that big. I feel having earlobes that big would be more of a hazard than a help, because I don't work security, but I do work where people are kind of aggressive, and, you know, a lot of people try starting fights and stuff at work, and I don't really engage in the fights. I'm not really trying to push a fight, but it's more like, I don't want someone to come by and, you know, like, be pissed off, try to fight me, and end up, like, you know, ripping my earlobe. I would hate that, and it's still a liability even right now, but, you know, the bigger you have your earlobes, the more of a liability it is. So, you know, just growing up, I thought, like, you know, this would be cool to have, but it's not a necessity, and, you know, it just goes to show that what you think you might like now doesn't really, you're not going to be like that forever. Where am I supposed to grab the weapon? I forgot what we grab. I know we talked to Dolph, and he gives us, like, some weird Hitler speech. Adolf, yeah, he gives us, like, some weird, oh, wrong button. Yeah, he's like, oh, we need tanks and stuff. This guy's retarded, honestly, to watch. Yeah, Panzer is like, okay, dude, we get it. You're supposed to be Hitler. Calm down, like. What am I supposed to grab? I don't remember what I grab as a weapon. Okay, so we did have to come talk to him, then go to the janitor's closet. I'm like, why the hell do we have to come talk to him? Like, I just remembered we had to come out here for something, and then we had to go back, so. Janitor's closet, but yeah, I don't know what, like, just about it recently, aside from, like, you know, the liability of having huge stretched ears, it just doesn't look the same as it used to be. Like, I remember, like, really just wanting this stuff, but now it's just, like, I can't see myself with huge stretched ears anymore. I can still see myself covered in tattoos, because that's going to happen irregardless. I've had plans for tattoos. The earliest memory for tattoos, or, like, the most recent of, like, changes, was probably, like, a year ago when I had a new idea for tattoo, and it still is a good idea. But most tattoo ideas I've had for about 5 years now, so I've been sitting on top of ideas for a while now, and I still like them. I still think, you know, I won't regret any tattoo unless it comes out horrible, which, you know, if you go to the right artist, the artwork will come out good. But, you know, all my tattoo ideas still seem good, but the dream of having huge stretched ears kind of just killed itself as I've grown up. And it makes you just think, like, it makes me think, like, mentally what changed with me, like, and it's not even the job factor. It's just, you know, my boss lets me have my piercings in. The only time I'm not allowed to have my my plugs in is when I'm at Levi Stadium, because, you know, Levi Stadium is a huge professional thing. And then secondly, now at Levi Stadium, I'm working with the alumni players, so I can't, you know, I have to look as professional as possible. Some will say, well, it's not very professional that you have your earlobes open with a huge hole. But I've talked to one of the alumni players I carried, and his child asked me about the stretched ears. And I didn't talk about this earlier because it wasn't, you know, there was nothing major about it. Like, it was just a random conversation. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, all right, I could share a story. Like, I could share this story. Jeez, can't even talk. Yeah, his child, I don't know who this player was, but the child asked me, he's like, why is there a huge hole in your ear? And I'm like, oh, I'm stretching my ears. And, you know, the player who was part of the 49ers, like, even talked to me. He's like, oh, what made you want to do it? And I just told him, you know, honestly, I just like the way it looks, you know. So I decided, hey, I'm going to do it, you know. Luckily, I'm able to keep my job, you know. I just have to pull them out. But then, one thing I like to mess around with is a lot of people ask me, like, oh, what made you want to stretch your ears? And I'll just mess around. I'm like, oh, you know, it's, you know, cultural. You know, because, like, Aztecs used to have their ears stretched, and the way they had them is, the bigger they were in society, the bigger their ears were. Obviously, you know, like I said, it's just joking around, but, you know, people, like, don't accept the fact that, like, even with my tattoos, none of my tattoos are really anything major, but a lot of people don't like when I'm just like, oh, I just like the way they look, you know? Well, actually, can we restart this? Restart checkpoint. I remembered we could actually kill them solely. We don't have to kill everyone. But yeah, like, people just don't like the answer, oh, just because I like the artwork, or, oh, just because I want to have my stretchers. People don't like that, you know, don't accept that as an answer. Oh, why'd you stretch your ears? Because I like the way they look. No, it's stupid. You need a reason. It's like, dude, I don't need a reason to have, you know, stretched ears. I also don't need a reason as to why I'm going to tattoo Houndoom and Houndour on my feet. Like, you know, if you like something, why not do it? What's really stopping you, you know? If you like something and you could do it and it's not going to affect your job, dude, go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Like, obviously, I'm not going to go out, tattoo my face, or tattoo my neck and hands. No, but, you know, tattoos on my shins, my feet, my arms, all coverable area, you know, it's not going to affect me at all. So I'm going to do it regardless. You know, I'm not going to go out and tattoo Anne Frank on my face. Or, I'm sorry, Zan Frank. You guys probably will not get that reference. I'll leave a link down below if you guys really want to know what that reference is to. It's from No Jumper, so pretty funny. Just random, like, tattoo this guy got of Anne Frank on his face. But, yeah, like I'm saying, if it's not going to affect you negatively, or, you know, of course, if someone does see my tattoos, they'll get a negative perception of me, and especially because the ones I have planned above my elbows, yeah, people are definitely going to get a negative perception of me, but it's like, do I really care? No. Like, most people who are going to have a negative perception aren't going to be talking to me ever again. They're not going to be, you know, paying me. They're not my boss or whatever. And even with my boss this weekend, his wife asked me, he's like, oh, because I went to Reno with my boss, and, you know, his wife was like, oh, why didn't you get a tattoo? Because Ronnie was telling me you wanted one. I'm like, you know, I wanted one. I just couldn't see myself sitting down there, like, especially in the moment. I couldn't see myself sitting down and getting a tattoo. And she's like, do you have any plans for tattoos? And I told her straight out, and I told the boss, I'm like, yeah, I have a plan for, like, everywhere on my body for tattoos. And, you know, I told them a few. They're kind of like, well, you know, it's up to you if you really want to get those. We would highly suggest not doing it, but we can't really stop you, you know. And I even told them, like, yeah, you know, all the tattoos are going to be coverable. They're not going to be, you know, out in the open. If I had to cover them up, they're going to be covered up, you know. I could do, like, makeup to cover it up, or I could just wear sleeves. And they're like, oh, well, you know, if it's like that, then yeah, go ahead, you know. And I told them, like, the only ones you guys would ever really see is probably my shins when I come out to an event like this. But then I told them, like, because we were working Sonoma this weekend, and I told them, like, but how many events am I honestly allowed to wear pants at? It's like, you know, we don't wear pants often. And my boss is like, well, I wear them all the time. I'm like, well, yeah, you can. I can't, unfortunately. And he's like, that's true. So, you know. I like how this topic went from 1 second talking. Can I, like, knock it out through here? I like how this topic went from, like, stretched ears and growing up to, like, tattoos. That's hilarious. But we got to get out of here. Where are we going? I don't know where we're going, so. Run away, run away, run away. Yeah, I was ending on death. So, until the next time, guys, have an awesome day. Thank you for watching. Bye.